Hi all, today I'm going to be talking about the fact that as humans we feel like we can do anything we want. Um, like any creature, humans have a great instinct to survive, but I think unlike most creatures we fear immortality. We fear that no matter what good luck life throws us, one day we will cease to exist. This extra burden we carry has evolved through the ages to now, where we have much and need little. Now, before I carry on, I know a lot of people would be in a situation where this is not true. I'm not saying this is for everyone. This is just a general call in the world in general. I mean, how if everyone went vegan, the amount of food that's left over is enough to feed the poor. I mean, that's what I mean. We're consumers in general. You've only got to look to any big city or anything and it's just buy, and not stuff that we need, really. Um, and this immortality that we fear, it seems that we've masked it through manufacturing a feeling of immortality. Big conclusion, you think? Well, we have claimed immortality through many ways, among them our eating habits. Much of the human population believe we can happily survive on anything. Our stomachs are wrought iron, we pour in mass and out comes energy. There are obvious cases of this. Look at the fast food chains providing everything in any form. You got deep fried, raw, aged, pickled, anything you want, they'll do it for you. They can do it for you. And look at the results that come from this. Obesity, all the way to allergies. And not to mention life-crippling illnesses. The average weight of people in supposedly first world countries is so big now that truly healthy weight is frowned upon, with statements such as, put some meat on your bones, or, that sort of carry on. I think for some it is too hard to truly acknowledge that we, like other creatures, have a specific food group. Because it is to come to the realization that we are mortal beings just like any other species on this planet. I believe that humans are quite possessive in nature. As far back as history goes, the human species has claimed possessions. Land, for one, has been fought over and cleared out for human civilization. Whether needed or not, whether good nor bad, I mean, you've only got to look at the Amazon rainforest right now and all sorts of places that are just getting mowed down. And who's behind it all? Money. Okay? So it's not needed, it's just for money. We are very possessive creatures. Look at today's society. People swat flies or kill spiders merely for lingering in the smallest corner space, doing absolutely no harm. Or even changing the place. They're just there. Yet it's a problem. Can't exist in a, 10-acre piece of land. You can't have one tiny spider inside your warehouse. It's crazy. It's crazy. This obsessive need for possession, I think, spawns from the fact that human species has long since believed collectively that we are superior beings from others. And everything around us is either to serve us or to be removed from getting in our way. Where did that come from? Where did that come from? This can be seen a lot with other species we interact with. We make them our pets to serve us, or we kill or push them away from us, in which case we just remove them. So they have to serve a purpose for us. They're no good just being. They're not allowed to just be. Because we can't intelligently see the good reason in that. We're not smart enough to just leave them alone. One of the most common reasons I hear from people who are against going vegan is that it is their choice. They made the choice. Everyone has a choice. They're not stopping you from doing what you're doing, so don't try and meddle in with their choice. It's a free will, they say. Yeah? I hear that a lot. Free will. Don't get in my way. They get very offended. But the thing is, you don't care what choice I made here, because of the choice that I made. And think about what I just said then. Does not affect anything negatively in your eyes that I don't eat meat. Okay? You know? If you really gave a stuff about my health, you'd look into it, but it doesn't really worry you. So as long as you believe I'm not in your way or negatively affecting your wee will, then it's okay. Okay? Well, the first thing I think is your choices have stopped the choices of other living beings. Okay? That's why we push it. By having your free will and your free choice, you're taking away the choice of others. It's simple math. You think, oh, I can do what I want. Well, if that's the way you see it, then oh, I can do what I want. I can get in your face and be annoying to you, because it's a free. I have my rights. I have my free choice. That's how you see it. If we're going to play by that rule, that's how it would be. Okay, but I don't see it that way. You are stopping the choices of others. So when you make a choice, and it's out of your own free will, make it so that it doesn't stop the choice of others, okay? These animals, you're stopping their choice when you say, I'm not going to go vegan. You say, it's my choice to eat this, but if the cow could talk, well, it would say, where's my choice, okay? Just because it can't audibly speak to you in our language, whatever that may be, makes you think that it's okay, it's ridiculous. Brainwashing. I do a whole topic on this on my website, and I'll hopefully try to get a YouTube video of it. But yeah, I hear it a lot. I used to hear it a lot. I sometimes still hear it. Directed towards me, being a vegan advocate. I hear all sorts of things, you know. You're a preacher. Stop trying to brainwash me. Yada yada yada. For this, I say I used to be where you are now. I used to be an animal consumer. Okay, I've been on both sides of the fence, and I didn't go away from eating animal products or using them because of the fruit and vegetable industry. You know, they're not placing a carrot and dangling it in front of me and you think, come on over. You know, big deal over here. But I'd say, how about the majority of animal product consumers? I mean, what are you faced with? Have you even thought about going vegan? Let alone tried it? You know? What advertising do animal product consumers face? Yeah, they're huge. McDonald's, the dairy industry. One lady told my girlfriend that it's far cheaper to eat a large pizza, and she was really happy about this. Far cheaper to eat a large pizza advertised at $5 than to buy the vegetables to make it. Okay. Hopefully a lot of you understand where I'm going with this, but the sad news is that pizza contains nothing of the same ingredients. That's why it's $5. Okay. Does anyone bother to look at a lot of the ingredients in the food they eat? I mean, that's why it's cheaper. It's not the same thing. Where it's sprayed and been boxed up for months, you know? Unripe stuff just sitting in a shipping container for months. Many big fast food companies have been doing this for years. Every time the general public wakes up to what they're doing, they simply shift the bar. You know? It's good. It's what good advertising's all about. They change what they do, make another short. all the while advertising to people things of camaraderie and compassion. You know, they're on your side when they show you the glistening milk for your growing bones. It's ridiculous. By the way, if anyone's not going to look on any further into this at all, milk is not good for you, okay? Pepsi recently released an ad for smaller bottles and advertised that they are looking out for everyone by reducing the sugar amount, by obviously reducing the size. Do you reckon this would have happened if the media didn't have a huge spotlight on the issue? Okay. What I'm getting at here, hopefully, on this topic of brainwashing, is the irony in the statement. Right? The mainstream that I used to grow up in was advocated heavily meat and dairy from before I could speak. We were force-fed what was right and wrong. Most people don't realise that their choices that they so fiercely protect are not even their own, okay? And a simple example of this is I've worked with a lot of people, and a lot of people who become vegan. There's various lengths that you have to go through to show them, because people don't want to see it no matter who they are. Even the best vegans, some of my friends, they needed a lot of conversion. Okay? But the hardest people you'll come up against to convert is a farmer or a farmer's son, okay? Farmer's kids. And that just goes to show that's brainwashing. It's nothing to do with facts or fiction. It's, the rational thought's not involved when it comes time to convert serious dairy or sheep farmer. Okay? Look at anything. Look at the dairy industry spending on marketing. It's huge. Read in the China State, it was some outrageous figure, 150. I don't know. But anyway, one of the biggest telltale signs of true brainwashing is the willingness to defend a view that has opposing truths to it. And has proven a rational basis. When I found out about a lot of falsities found with milk and meat consumption, well, dairy and meat consumption, at first what I did was I questioned these, and once I found out about them to be true, I moved on. Okay, that's a logical process. People should not feel they owe anything to these industries. They've played on marketing techniques and people's vulnerability since the get-go. In fact, being angry at them for curbing research and hiding truth is far more reasonable and logical to me. That's how I felt. I thought, bugger you, you've ruined my first 20 years of health. Right? These industries make sure their sales and profits stay high. That's all they're in it for. That's why they spend a lot of money on marketing, and that's the bottom line, really. Human decisions. It's a big topic, and I believe if you are willingly imposing on other lives negatively with your decision, then you should really think twice about what you're doing. I mean, what right do you think you have over this life, be it human or otherwise? And why do you feel you have this right? Where did that come from? I mean, and for the sake of that life, do you have to do it? Is there another way? Is there a more non-destructive way better decision, a more harmonious decision that everything can benefit from. If you truly are really only doing things with yourself, with your direct surroundings in mind, for example, there's a lot of people I know who are big on families. Don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with being big on families. These people generally think that they are good people, and some of them are. But a lot of people who only have in their hearts and in their decision making the ability to think of them and their immediate surroundings with that decision in mind, then it doesn't make you a good person. It doesn't matter if you gave your father or your sister or whatever the biggest birthday present and keep ringing them every weekend. If you can't look down the street and feel empathy for someone else or something else, okay, what does it really say if all you can do is think of your direct surrounding? For example, superimpose your views into someone else's life who's not involved with you directly. You're implying that they should not help you or look for a way to accommodate you in their life. So if they came to the conclusion that they benefit a little at your demise, then they should take it. So thinking this way, in fact, does not look after you in the great scheme of things. It becomes destructive for everyone involved. And you can see this in the world. It's living 101. If you're not willing to accommodate or look after things that don't directly impact you or your small world inside this ginormous world, then it's destructive and it's lonely and it's not good. You know? They even mathematically come to the conclusion that trade is good for everyone. I mean, you can easily think of it in terms of for the animals too, for different species. Why discriminate against them just because they don't share all the same things we do? Doesn't make them any less worthy. What if we as humans came up against another creature, say, of terrestrial nature, that had a higher IQ and was completely different to us? Would you feel like you're now worthy of being farmed for them? Even if they didn't need to? It was just because they seemingly more intelligent? Basically, the only reason to farm you would be as something different? Would you not feel like it didn't have to be that way? Basically, the whole point of that is treat others the way you would like to be treated, basically. I'm not an old person, I'm 27, well some would say I'm ancient, but I've seen enough in life, and there's fear, there's control, and there's bad decisions being made, and they all link, okay? There is control everywhere you look, and not just over objective things, but living things as well. Humans are very good at finding ways to control things. People are obsessed with the need for it. It's what I've found by stepping back and looking at it objectively. One of the biggest relievers of general fear is control as well. So it's dangerous. Human civilization today is very competitive. There's more of us. The media allows us to share things from our own room to the world. And yet very disconnected from each other. I think fear is becoming a big issue in the world because of it. Not in the more obvious sense of fear that most of us are used to, like that which comes from a tiger chasing you, and primitive primitive examples, but fear that stems from vulnerability and transparency. Fear that comes from not feeling completely accepted or validated by society or anyone in that retrospect. One way to sidestep fear is to set up guarantees. We control many things in our lives as a species. We control where people can go, what temperature our heat pump's at, how many people are hired, who's fired, what colour you want for something, all the way to what animals can do. We feel lack of control so much that for a lot of things the negative effects of losing it is worse than what would actually happen when we simply had no control over it. Yeah. Bottom line is our need for control is crippling us into making bad decisions.